I'ma just be honest. I feel like sometimes family just need to mind their own business. Not everything is about y'all. Not every decision that your relative makes about their relationship is your business. It's not your business, okay? They are making the decisions based on who they want to deal with, not who you want them to deal with. It's not about you. They're not making decisions based on you. My love life is my love life. I'm not concerned about what you like or who you think is good for me. The bottom line is I want to go with who is good for me. My choice, my decision. Now, do I value your input? Sure I do. But sometimes I just like to do what's best for me. So let me live. Don't worry. I'll explain all that later. Matter of fact, I'm going to explain all that right now. Let's start the show.
Ever been left speechless by the ridiculousness of modern dating? Or maybe you're more old school. Yeah, like seriously, what were we thinking with those pickup lines in the 90s? This is I'll Explain All This Later, the podcast where we dissect the crazy world of relationships. From dating app disasters to in-law interventions, we'll cover it all. Now, some of our takes might be a little hot, but hey, that's what you get when you press play and tune in. We'll explain the logic behind it all. Eventually. Anyway, let's dive in. Here are your hosts, Big Smash, Nira Muhammad, and Rose Gold.
Y'all know what time it is, man. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all why this is special. First time ever I got two guests on at the same time. That's number one. But then I got to get somebody they flowers, man, because a lot of what we did this season came from a lot of background work of one of my guests. This brother took the time out to help me mold this show into what will soon be greatness. And I just want to let him know publicly, I appreciate you, good brother. All the advice, I appreciate you. Old bearded wise one, Hollywood Styles in the building from the Brunch Hour Pod. What up?
I'm uncomfortable because, I'm sharing the mic right now. Pause. We had her on the show. Actually, she was episode 2 of this tour. You know what I mean? We had a blast. Miss Karynelle.
That was so much fun.
Yeah.
We should do that again.
Oh, we will.
I want to do the tour next.
You can absolutely do it. It's not a thing.
Y'all hearing her voice. Y'all heard Karynelle on episode 8. So y'all already know what this is, what it is, and what it's always going to be. This is episode 9 of I'll Explain All This Later podcast. Tonight's episode is called Family Dynamics. Y'all get ready. This is a special episode. This is a big episode. This is big. I'm going to tell you why. Tonight, we're going to discuss ways to handle difficult family dynamics and maintain a healthy relationship despite external pressures. Karynelle, how you feeling?
Family dynamics. I don't know if I'm the right person for this. Because I feel like if you marry somebody and your family don't like them, because are they like your mom that knows something that you don't know? You know, when your mom, like you said, that's not your little friend. Like maybe they see something, or maybe your family just not on the level of where your partner is. I don't know. I don't really know how. Just don't have Thanksgiving and Christmas. I don't know. Like, I don't know how to say that, because like families they're still your family no matter what. So what you gonna do with them? Can't really get rid of them.
I'm gonna tell you right now, girlfriend, family don't like you, I don't care. Probably got a little bit of influence there, maybe. Wife, nah, y'all, whatever grievances and gripes y'all got to get over it. Whatever issues and concerns you have, if it's not life-threatening, you've seen her on a sex tape, something deep like that, a current sex tape, something deep like that. She abusing the kids, she doing something to the kid, something like that. Everything else, I feel like you just got to deal with it. Styles.
I'm not going to hold you. Like girlfriend and stuff like that, I really don't care what the family thinks. Mm-hmm. And when I say that, I don't mean maliciously don't care. First of all, she's not coming around her family like that. so it don't even matter. But in order to have harmony, I need them to approve the wife. You understand? Or at least be cordial and, cool with the wife. And my family's not a funny acting family. They are blunt and honest, but they're not gonna just like embarrass me, like, act out or whatever if they don't like them. But I do need them to get along, and mesh well, because remember, the marriage is supposed to be for life. And I need peace. I'm not gonna marry chaos. That's not what I'm gonna do at all. And vice versa. If like I gotta be able to get along with her peoples, because if not, then I don't want to cringe every time it's time for a family gathering or something, whatever. There happens to be a family member and I don't get along with that person. So I don't want that. I didn't want that. So it worked out for me.
I think we got to figure out also why we're not getting along. Because I think that has a lot to do with it too. Because sometimes you don't want to like that person. You never wanted to like that person. That's a whole nother thing from I saw them say something or do something that I don't approve of. Right. That's different. If I saw something or I said something, then I have a reason to not like you. But there's a lot of people in relationships and families that don't get along. And there is like no reason. You just don't like them because they're with somebody in your family. And that's not fair either. Like if you really love somebody in your family, like I love my brother, I love my sisters, then I'm going to be happy for them. And even if I don't like that person, I'm going to suck that shit up because it really don't matter what I say.
Right.
My job is to not be confrontational and an asshole. That's what my job is.
Maybe family just don't like you because they feel like you're not good enough for whoever that person is to them.
Yeah.
You're not good enough for their daughter. You're not good enough for their son, their sister, their cousin, their auntie. You're not good enough. So they already have that in their mind frame, because I think for me, and my kids are going to see, my daughter's going to see this when they get older. You're not good enough for them. I don't have to know nothing about you. I don't have to know what you're doing, what you're dealing with, who you are. I just feel like you're not good enough. And that's a mentality that a lot of parents have, because sometimes you feel like you're just not good enough. But I've been in situations where if family didn't approve, there's no way that I was gonna try to establish whatever it is. Like when I got married, she had to meet the family before I even brought that to fruition. Like, I'm not getting all deep with you without having mom's approval, plain and simple, without you meeting pops, without you being around the family and seeing how we interact. So I think that's important, that you be around me. If you really say you really want to deal with me, then you have to be in it. You have to be around me to really know me, to really understand me. So
I'm going to ask you a question. What if you're with a woman and she's with you, understands you, and then she meets your family and your family is mean to her? Ooh. What are you going to do then? Because maybe she not the asshole. Maybe they're like, I don't like her, and they're the ones making it difficult. Then what happens to her? How would you handle that? You going to get at your family, or are you going to be like, babe, just suck that up for me?
I think you have to. Because if you genuinely see that she's not the issue, that she's done nothing to provoke, you have to check it through the door and just let them know, like, yo, this is what I want. This is who I want to build with. This is who I want to be with. She don't deserve that. And I'm not going to allow that. Just plain and simple. I've been in situations. My thing was, once I felt like I came around, the energy was just off. Like it wasn't welcoming at all. Like, they didn't have no regard for me. And because they didn't have no regard for me, I didn't have no regard for them. So family gatherings, like you was talking about earlier, Christmases and Thanksgivings, I didn't go to that. She went, but I didn't go to that because I tend not to be in rooms where I don't feel comfortable, where I don't feel wanted and valued. I feel like if you put it on the front and you really know you really don't like me, we ain't got to pretend. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go, y'all have a good time. That hierarchy changes. Like, you still need it, but you're not as needed. And sometimes I think what it is too, if you have someone stepping up, speaking on your behalf, the people around them can't take advantage like they used to. Her family used to always scavenge her for money. And with me being around, them decisions turn from, yes, whatever you need, to you ain't paid back the last time. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different dynamic because people feel like, oh, they're getting replaced.
But the thing, the family may think that you overstepping your bounds. They're blood, you're not. And in certain instances, like as far as that's concerned, I wish my sister's husband would. I'll punch that nigga right in his face. That ain't gonna happen. again, our relationship is our relationship. You worry about your own relationship, like, and that's just where my sister's got it bad, but I'm not the one. But yeah, no, I feel like in that situation, unless it's like you're talking about the person actually has like a drug habit or something, like that's different. But regular family shit, like we are still a family. So by coming you, for some bread, then, whatever. Unless she's coming to you to get the bread to give to them, mind your business.
Nah, man, listen, my thing was, it's like, why do you have to be everybody hero? Sometimes you got to tell these motherfuckers, no, let them figure out their money issues. We are not the bank. We are not the ATM. Mm-hmm. So, and I think that caused a rift between me and the family too, because I got to pick up that extra slack because you took that money out of the house to provide for them, which is cool. I don't have a problem with that. But now the issue that I was having was
you had a betting habit and they was cutting into your parlay money. And then, yeah.
So now they looking at me funny because they know that I said no because she told them that I said no. So now, I'm already being outcast because I won't let y'all take advantage. I'm sorry.
You don't have a relationship with the family like she has a relationship with the family.
Right.
She might actually have and I don't know who's coming to her for money. And they should respect the marriage and understand that she has a whole other unit and not do it, I guess, the way that they're doing it. Mm. But if she chooses to do that, she should be allowed to do that. If it, again, like I said, unless she's coming to you for the money, Mr. $1,000 light bill, stop it. Hey, right now. Cut the shit.
Mi casa is su casa.
I mean, yeah, technically it is. But remember the $1,000 light bill.
I will say this. I love my siblings and my mama and my daddy to death. And nobody can tell me what I'm going to give them and what I'm not going to give them. Nobody, not even my kids, nobody. If I have it and I want to give it, I'm going to give it.
Done deal.
Nobody. For life.
So now if I say no and you decide to give it anyway, guess what you have done?
What?
Pissed you off.
You have caused a rift in the house.
Nigga, you are her husband, not her daddy. Shut the fuck up. What the fuck is you hollering about?
I feel like a woman has to ask when she don't have no money, because then she got to go ask for it. You know what I mean? Y'all got to make that decision together. I have my own money, so I don't have to ask nobody nothing. If I want to give, I'm gonna give it. Okay, I could tell you out of a courtesy.
I just feel like, listen, the family got to get over that shit. Okay. I will never let family disrespect what I got going on. They're not disrespectful people. Now, will they get disrespectful? Yes. Usually it's for a good reason. Will I always agree with that reason? Probably not, because I was hard-headed, I
think it depends on the relationship you have with your family.
Yeah.
That's really what it boils down to. It depends on the relationship you have with your family. Like, if you have a solid relationship, you're going to do whatever you have to do. And that disrespect is not going to be there.
Facts.
It's not even going to be a factor. We're going to agree to disagree and keep it pushing. But I think in the case where you're saying like they're becoming abusive and what they're doing is abusive, then that's a lack of respect. They don't respect you anyway. And so that's a whole nother issue in y'all relationship. That has nothing to do with money.
Listen.
As they wasn't respecting you from the giddy up. And so that's why your feeling is like, no, cut them off. Whereas I'm sitting here and like, yo, I'm always like, yo, what we got to do. So I think it's just the dynamics that people have together that makes you decide how you make those decisions.
I've been around family who just walk in the crib, go in the refrigerator, just do whatever. Because the first thing they'll be like, yo, this is my sister's house. We not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Don't speak to you. Just walk all through the house. Just do whatever. Yeah, they was real bold. And then, once I finally stepped up and said, nah, we not
like,
doing
who
this.
hurt you?
Now, I'm looked at as the bad guy because I said something, but it's like, yo, y'all got to have some decency and respect. I don't care who created.
But you want to know where that decency and respect comes from? You mad at the wrong person. That's your sister that should have said that respect for you.
Yeah. I just think families sometimes get too comfortable. Honestly, they get too comfortable. And then they feel like because they are family, because they are the brother, the sister, the mama, whoever, they have that authority. You know what I'm saying? Over a boyfriend, yes, maybe. Over a husband, fuck no. Respect the hierarchy. You are no longer the top family in this situation, okay? You are now the secondary family. Y'all had y'all moment with her. She lived her life. She had her fun with y'all. Now she has a different family. Y'all still family. Y'all just the second family. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how it was like 2 sets of temptations running around? Y'all are the second set of temptations. Y'all are the ones that come when you can't get the original set. You know, so you got to fall back. It's not your place no more. It might seem like your family is really hating off what you're trying to do when really they're just trying to give you advice off of things that they see. And sometimes you got to have an open mind to that. You know what I'm saying? Family ain't always right, but they ain't always wrong either.
No, but I'm old now and I mind my business. So I'm at an age where, you know what, if you tell me you happy, as long as nobody putting their hands on you and you cool, I'm going to mind my business. You know, there's some extent that we get to a certain age, you got to just let people be happy. You got to let them learn. I'm too old to be trying to, you got to learn your lesson. We grown. If you ain't figure it out by now, go figure it out. But it ain't my job to jump in the way and be like, I don't like this person for you because you won't figure it out. And I mind my business. I have 2 adult children. One of them got married in December. Are you happy? It don't matter what I think. Are you happy? Are you safe? Is this what you want? Yeah, then I'm here for you. And you know what? If in a year, 6 years, 5 years, 10 years, it don't work, then it didn't work. And that's on you too. But it's not my job to sit here and mold and mine and pick and choose for somebody else. It don't matter who it is. And that's my kid. And I love them to death. And I will protect them with all of me. But there's just some things in life that I can't. This is your choice. And if you're happy, I have to be happy for you. That's it.
But if you see something.
Unless you put your hands on them. Your
parenting instinct is going to kick in. You know what I'm saying? If you see something off key, you can say something.
Lying, cheating, nonsense. I will say it. I will say it. And I will point it out for sure. But I'm not going to lie down in the middle of the road. I can tell you, but I can't do it for you. You can tell somebody all you want. All you're going to do is make them mad at you. When somebody's in love, you can tell them whatever you want to tell them. It don't matter. They're not going to listen till they're ready to listen.
That's a pound fact right there.
I will tell you and I will point it out and then I will never tell you again because I don't want you to be like, oh, you just don't want us to be together. All right, cool. And I'll be here when you figure it out.
Nah, I feel like
nah.
I feel like if you ain't listening to my advice and you come to me for advice, what you think about it or what you thinking? And I give you advice and you disregard my advice, don't come back to me. Don't come back to me because now I feel like you want me to agree with you, and if I don't agree with you, you're going to do what you want to do anyway.
So yeah, that's exactly what they want. Yeah. That's exactly why they let you meet that person. This is what they want. They want you to agree with it. They want you to like them. That's why they brought them to you in the first place. And you could point out whatever you want, but they're still going to be like, but you don't know her like I know her.
Your family don't like her. She don't like your family. How do you fix that? Like, what is a solution, in your opinion, to fix that, Styles? Like,
again, like I said, I can't really relate to it because my family is built a little bit different from the parameters of this conversation. They're not like that. You understand? They expect, first of all, they're going to respect me. They respect me. You know, so any type of whatever they have against whoever I'm with will come directly to me, not be, you know, they're not going to show her any type of indifference. It's all going to be directed at me, and that's behind closed doors. So she'll never even feel it. Not the vibe, not nothing. Yeah.
Because any type of gripes they'll bring to you,
correct,
as opposed to making the shit weird.
Yeah, and I think after in my 20s would have probably been the only time that, you know, that would have been an issue. And that's because they were still in mama bear, papa bear mode, and these were all girlfriends, and, you know, we all was out here running wild. So it's like, all right, nigga, you tripping and falling and bumping your head, you're going to end up with a concussion. So let me guide you, put this little helmet on you, send you back outside type of shit. But, you know, once I'm like, listen, and then of course me, I didn't bring women around my family. So when when somebody did come around my family, it's different. Like my son, for instance, and that's, you know, one of the biggest things. When I had my son, I was 27. The only woman that he's ever seen me with was my now wife.
Okay. So since you said that, it's two things you said that I gotta catch on. What was the relationship with the family and the wife when you brought them around? Like,
you know, it takes a certain type of individual, and my families know that because they know me. So when she came around and I introduced them, first of all, they're like, it's a fucking honor. This nigga don't bring nobody around. Like nobody. So you have to be special. So yeah, it was an instant, you know, click. You know, my mom just wants to know that this person is not right for me, but treating me right. She don't care about the right for me type of situation. She just wants to know that I'm being treated right.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Okay. And then the second thing you said, the kids. Do the kids impact more differently if the kids don't like or have concerns about whoever you're bringing around?
I needed the co-sign from my son. This is a forever thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean that she and I won't be friends after this, but you know, she couldn't be my partner, my life partner. That it wouldn't work.
Right.
He doesn't approve of it. You know what I mean? And it doesn't click. I'm not going to marry chaos. How about that?
Karynelle, what about you?
Same. My family is the kind of family that would bring it to me first behind closed doors. They won't make anybody feel bad. It's like my big fat Greek wedding, except they're Black. So, you know, it's just a big family and it's all love. And I think it's all love because, like you said, I don't bring anyone around. I don't bring anyone around. My siblings don't bring anyone around. Like by the time we meet someone, like someone's dating in the family, it's like they have already vetted them, been dating them a year and a half. Like you don't get to, it's like Super Mario levels. Like you don't get to the level of the family until you done, you know, got to level 8 or 9, like not in our family. So by the time somebody shows up, embrace them, you know? And of course there's things that you like and you don't like, little quirky things, but at the end of the day, like if you're happy and they're treating you right, then, you know, we gonna support it. And the rest of it is none of our business, or you being petty, or it's not that serious. And that's that, you know. As far as the kids, my son is now 15 and he's never seen me with anyone because there's nobody for him to see me with. Neither are my daughters, but they're older. So I would be a lot more comfortable. But my son is 15 years old and he's like, Mom, you can date. And I'm like, I know, thanks. But I go outside. Nobody comes to my house. And I roll with my kid all the time. He meets everybody. But he doesn't see me in any type of relationship like that until it's time for him until that person's going to be around enough where they need to meet him. Otherwise, you don't need to meet him. You're just like everybody else.
Exactly, because you have a relationship with me, you have a relationship with my child. So therefore, it's not, you know, if you walk away from me, you walk away from us. I can handle it kind of. I know he can't handle it at all. So we're not going to do that.
It's easy for you to play with me. That's cool. That's fine. But once the children get involved, you won't play with them. I'm sorry.
I'll tell you, like for me, a real pivotal point, because we're a blended family. So a real pivotal point was actually bringing the kids together in the same room. And when that all clicked, it was a go.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was a go. It was nothing, because that was the last frontier, the true last frontier. Like I had met her kids, she had met my child, but we hadn't all been in the same room a week and a half together, you know, on a family vacation. And when I tell you that the shit was magical, like I couldn't tell a better story.
Yeah. All right. Well, one of the things that I think helps navigate these risky waters is standing together. You got to be on the united front. That's just how it is. And if you aren't, then 9 times out of 10, you never will be. I'm the type that I believe in standing with who I came to the dance with. And that's just how it is. I'm a grown ass man. I got to learn those lessons, good or bad, myself. At the end of the day, everything ultimately lays down with me. What you're doing now is just showing family that this is what it is. You don't, because if they can run one person off, they're going to have it in their mind that everybody that you come across, they can run them off just because they don't like them. All right. So I'm trying to build something over here. I appreciate it. Thank you for your input. Appreciate that. But at the end of the day, my decision is mine. Like, and if it don't work out, cool. I'll take the I told you so's and all that. That's cool. That's fine. But for now, it's working out. So that's what I'm gonna roll with.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
I have to. Is your family toxic like that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there we go. I just was wondering.
Who hurt you?
Okay, so listen, right? My mom's is cool. If my mom's like you in there. If moms feel some type of way, then I gotta at least take that in consideration. Everybody else, I just feel like they be hating and don't want to see me happy. So they're gonna throw a monkey wrench into the situation because they feel like they can on some hate.
Why
shit.
Everybody want to hate on you?
We had a very hateful childhood. Like I had some hating ass siblings. I would just
But
put
are they
it out
still
there.
like that? Or you think they still like that?
I don't think they are. I would hope they're not. I mean, we grown as hell, but it was just like it became a game of, damn, this wasn't the same girl you had over here yesterday.
See,
Where you
Karen,
meet
you
her?
gotta ask the right questions. 'Cause this nigga will definitely take you around the fucking world.
So,
and
no.
let's talk about the marriage. Let's talk about the recent relationship. Was
Let's
it
talk
like
about
that
it.
with the recent relationship?
Shit, they liked her more at times than they liked me because they already knew who I was. And everything that she was telling them, he was lying, he was this, he was that. They already knew. So they had no choice but to agree with the shit, even if I wasn't. But because they know. So I couldn't really say it was hate this go around, but it was like, we tried to warn you ahead of time. You ain't want to listen.
Is that, or was you really like that? Because let's just call it is what it is. Because this sound like what I'm hearing you say is that you was out here acting wild in these streets, and then when you would bring these chicks home, your sisters would be side-eyeing like, yo, sis, let me holler at you for a minute. And then you'd be like, yo, they hating. And then you'd be like, they some hating ass people.
Nah, but really, this nigga was just
They was telling the truth.
Yeah, 100%. And thank you, Karen.
Down the line, they was telling the truth. In some cases.
So now they the haters. They the toxic ones and they the haters.
Yeah, but see, you got to be the one to unlock the box. You know what I'm saying? You got to come in with your own mind frame, your own choices. You can't, this was my favorite. You can't let other people tell you about me. Only I can tell you about me.
It sounds like them guys that be trying to manipulate you and stuff like that. That's what it sound like. That's what it sound like.
Like
I've seen this movie.
They don't know me like that. You know what I'm saying? And
your siblings don't know you like that?
I used to say. I think the marriage failed because sometimes I can't be around people who don't like me. And she was stuck in the middle of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm stuck between my man and my family. You know what I'm saying? So now they can't all be at the same place at the same time because they don't really like each other. You know what I'm saying? And now when we're having physical fights, me and her brothers, she's stuck between a rock and a hard place because her guy and her brothers are fighting, like, physically.
What are y'all fighting about? Man, the only thing I fight with is when I take that damn sheet out the dryer and it be rolled up in that little ball. That is the only thing I fight with in my whole entire life.
With clothes inside.
Yeah, and it still be wet. What are y'all fighting about at y'all big old age?
Money.
There is nothing that y'all need to be fighting about.
The fact that they couldn't take advantage of money, and they already had animosity to me. So the first time that we got into it and she had to come move and pack her shit up and they had to come help her, everything came to a head on that day. They was already pissed off. So you know how that's another dynamic that we didn't talk about, how your partner can make their family not like you just based off of shit that you going over there and discuss. Not even intentionally.
Oh, like the stuff you tell them?
You know he cheated on me, but we still trying to work through it. That's what I'm saying. Like, this could be a reason for a family member not to like you. Like,
that could be a reason to get punched in the face.
Your partner may be forgiving, but the family ain't so forgiving.
You know what? I'm gonna be that family member that's not so forgiving. Because if I find out you do that, even if she forgive you, I didn't forget.
I have a rule. Well, my wife and I have a rule. Whatever disagreements that we have amongst each other, you know, unless it's like super egregious, we keep that shit in house. Reason being is exactly what. Well, you shut the fuck up, because nigga, you was doing egregious shit. So this doesn't apply to you. But the thing, because what happens is, if I tell my mother, right, X, Y, and Z is going on, or have a conversation rather, just to vent. What's gonna happen is when I forgive my wife or we mend that fence, my mom's ain't mending that fence.
Exactly.
She ain't mending that fence, you know, but you might. All right, fuck it. I'm gonna let it rock. But yeah, that's just the rule, you know.
Even if I forgave and she forgave, cool. The family ain't so forgiving.
Right.
You getting side-eyed in the moment, because again, when you got trigger-happy brothers and siblings and cousins and shit that's ready, because they done been like, yo, I heard how you been doing, how you been acting with my...
Niggas gotta be on go. I'm on go. So I already know what it is.
I like this family. I don't know what you're talking about. I like this family dynamic. They ready to go.
Yeah.
And hey, sometimes it be
But
like
it ain't
This
y'all
nigga like, I
business.
can't do what I want to do.
We working it out. She came home.
I don't care. I can't unknow what I know. I can't unknow what I know. So
Right.
now I know. That's it. I
Exactly.
can't. It's filed in there. Can't get rid of it. It's like the internet. Now I know.
You're not gonna treat my family like that, nigga. Fucking you stupid. Like, are you dumb? We're not doing that because we're grown now, right? We're grown.
Yeah.
So we both don't have like this 13-year-old mentality. We're not there. I'm grown. You're gonna treat my family member with respect. And that's my
Facts.
cousin, my sister, my mother, my aunt, whoever it is. My mom, single lady, she back in the day. She brought a, little boyfriend, whatever, came through. And I was grown. I was like, hey, how you doing? Let's go to the store. Took that nigga to the store and was like, you understand that that's my mother, right? And this is a true fucking story. Like, nigga, I will leave you somewhere. Don't disrespect my mother. You understand what I'm saying? And we've been cool ever since. A nigga family. They ain't together, but niggas be family. But you have to take some ownership, a lot of ownership in what happened and why it happened and why the family felt the way they felt.
And that's why I think that's the reason the way I am now. They got to be able to feel like, yo, you protecting my little sister, my daughter, whoever. You're protecting them. They're in good hands with you. You know what I'm saying? You got to make them comfortable. Like, even it's just a sign of respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't seek your approval because I'm going to do what I want to do regardless. But the fact knowing that I can be around and you can be around me and we're cordial and we get along, that's a beautiful feeling because no man wants to be stuck in the middle of his family not liking who he dealing with, or no woman. That's too much. Now they can't all be together in the same room because they don't get along and they don't like each other. So now you got to keep them separate. Who wants to live a life like that? I didn't, but I did what I had to do in order to, maintain the peace, because if I come around you, it's going to be a fight. So I eliminated myself from that. Did I like it like that? No, but whatever keeps the peace. Listen, Styles, got some words of wisdom, words for the wise tonight. Nah, we ain't doing that. Nope, I let you slide on the recaps with the drop some of that knowledge, man. Come on, man. You got 100 proof love behind you.
I don't know. Like, who am I talking to? Can't speak to situations where you have a toxic family. I don't have a toxic family like that. And my family is ignorant, but they ain't toxic. they get crazy. But yeah, no, I protect yours. And love yours. That's the best that I could do. I don't know. I just feel like you didn't give them everything.
What you want me to give?
The whole story.
Yeah, thank you.
What you want me to give him?
You said part of the story's missing.
I mean, I was a shitty dude. I was a good individual. I was just a shitty husband.
Well, at least you know that.
Yeah, I was.
That's progress.
I ain't gonna flex. I was. But I was a good individual, good father, did what I had to do for the kids, loved hard, you know what I'm saying? But I felt like
love too, the kids. What kind of love was that? See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I
love my kids, and at that point I loved her. I just had a fucked up time showing it. So
I feel like, we think sometimes just because we love someone that's enough to be a wife or a husband. Like, well, I love you, so that should just make it work. Yeah, and I think that the requirements of a partner, because I don't even want to just say wife or husband, the requirements of a partner in life it's more than just, oh, well, I love you. It's like, I'm going to get up every day and I'm going to show up like I show up for work. And that means doing things that I might not want to do some days. Or it might mean swallowing some shit I might not want to swallow today because I love you enough to do that. It might mean now, stand down and shut your mouth.
Yeah, I'm learning now that love is a lot challenging than just saying I love you and that's it. Enough. You know what I'm saying? It's more. It takes more than that. It takes dedication, and but y'all got to understand too. Like,
it takes discipline, nigga. Don't forget the discipline.
Nobody relationship is perfect. So family members, stand down. Sometimes you got to understand, men and women families. Your family ain't perfect either. God damn it.
If your daughter's boyfriend was cheating on them or their husband was cheating on them, you would be ready to set it. And that girl came crying to you with that kid or whatever the case may be. Your outlook on this whole situation might be a lot different.
But what happens if the daughter is the one that's cheating? Do y'all still stand there and ride and bring out the pitchforks?
Karen, he's podcasting right now. That's what he's doing. This nigga ain't.
Do we still bring out the pitchforks? No.
He's detached from reality right now. Nigga, listen, let me explain something to you. When it comes to family, and you already know this, like my mom's is gonna ride for me till the fucking wheels fall off. You know,
but what if you in the wrong?
You would have to bring.
I'm still riding for my kids, even if they're wrong.
You would have to bring.
They gotta be a crackhead or a murderer.
Exactly, or a pedophile.
And the murderer, you had to have caught them and have proof, and it gotta be some stupid reason. Because if it's a good reason, I'm still riding.
Yeah, exactly. That's
I'm still riding.
That's it. But he knows this though. So right now, again, like I said, he's podcast. All right, Mr. Podcaster. Now that everybody know you was a piece of shit, and this is why the people didn't fucking fuck with you the way that they did, and they couldn't pivot, or they wasn't willing to pivot because of the fact that you had already done their sister wrong in their eyes. Like, I'm telling you, like my sister's husbands, because they're both married now. You can't, bro, we are not, and I refuse to actually get super tight with them because then it would, I don't want to turn a blind eye to shit.
I can't unknow what I know.
I just don't want to turn a blind eye to anything. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not going for the cheating. We're not talking about chicks together. Nigga, we not outside together looking for chicks. We not doing none of that. You understand what I'm saying? And God forbid.
Also, you the one that I couldn't bring to the bachelor party. Okay.
Ooh, but the bachelor party's a one-off though. That's a one-off. That's actually where you're supposed to do whatever you're going to do, nigga. You got however many hours this is supposed to last. And after that, it's over.
I dig it.
Small
piece of advice: don't be a piece of shit and expect everybody to turn a blind eye. No matter how many gifts you buy, no matter how many events you show up to, not everybody gonna have a blind eye. Mama might forgive you, but that don't mean daddy and the siblings and the cousins and even the kids. The kids might not forgive you. So you got to do shit right. And if you ain't gonna do right, don't be involved in the situation. Take it from me. Lesson learned. Karynelle.
I think your family is your family, man. I understand that. I don't know, man. I'm riding to the end, bro. I'm riding to the end. I'm riding. I'm saying slick shit. I'm riding. If you tell me get dressed, throw your Timbs on, we going. I'm going. Like it just. That's just what we do.
Smash was like, the family ran down on me. I'm like, nigga, you deserve it.
I got home one day. I was in my work clothes. So I had like my trench, my heels on. I walked through the door. My sister's like, yo, change your clothes. I'm like, what? She's like, yo, change your clothes. We gotta go handle something. I'm like, yo, I got a city job. She like, go change your clothes. I throw on some Timbs, some whatever, pull my hair back. She's like, we gotta go handle something. I was like, we gotta go handle it.
Nigga came home from jail. He had been in jail the first 3 years. He come home from jail and he ready to throw hands with me off some shit that happened 3 years ago. Like, my nigga, let it go.
He been mad for 3 years though.
Like, let it go. Times have passed. He
ain't let it go. Time stood still.
Indeed, it did.
He had a lot of time to think about whooping your ass. That's what he had a lot of time to do.
Nah, see,
the nigga not gonna tell us what he did.
He wasn't gonna whoop my ass, but he gotta remember that the money that she was putting in on the books, nigga, that came from me. Be grateful.
Nigga, that shit can't buy you reprieve.
I paid you to not be mad no more. How much that cost? I paid you 3 years of not being mad no more.
Like all that money you was eating good, all them Roman noodles and shit you was eating, that came from me, man. I could have turned your water off, but instead,
no.
I let you eat good in there, man.
No,
listen. Relax, because if I was the brother, I'd be at your door, even though you divorced and all of that, nigga. I'd be right at your door. All that hot shit you was talking.
Would you get married again?
Would I get married again?
Yeah, because
I don't think I'm gonna get married again. I think, but the thing about it is, though, if it does happen, I know how to be prepared for it this time. Like I'm gonna be good this time. Like I really feel like
when someone tells you I'm gonna be good this time,
I feel like the next time
it's like when someone says, "Don't tell your mama." That's when you tell your mama. When someone says, "I'm gonna be good this time," you already know.
I'm gonna be good this time. I think me and marriage gonna be the best of friends. If it ever happens again, we gonna be the best of friends because I'm gonna be good this time. I learned my lesson, karma. Hey, karma. I learned my lesson. We gonna get it right this time, okay? Let's shake hands and be friends, okay? I've learned my lesson. But listen, I love talking to you too, man. I do. You know, and this is the reason why this episode had to happen the way that it happened. Like I said, Styles is the one that helped put a lot of this stuff in place, you know, because you're
making me feel uncomfortable.
You did. You put a lot of it in place.
You're still making me feel uncomfortable. Yeah, just let it rock.
I came to him with the idea of what I was going to do, and he was on me every day. Okay, Pause. So what is it about? What are you doing? How's it going to go? What's the format? Like, he was on it.
Styles will be playing about that. He be on it. We
sat down. This is the reason why this show sounds so different than Bet the House, because I had the old bearded wisdom wise one. You know, shout out to Mr. 50 still out here kicking karate and all that other good shit. I appreciate you, brother, because you didn't have to do that. And this podcast is gonna be something even more bigger next season because we coming back, and it ain't gonna be no episode limit next season. I think we gonna go ahead on and rock with it. I got some ideas and concepts. So shout out to you, Karynelle. I appreciate you. I do.
Of course.
All right, man. Listen, let everybody know where they can find you at, what you got going on. We know what you got going on, but I still want to hear what you got going on.
New episodes are coming back September. And I am Karynelle.
Hey, Styles, I'm like Karynelle, man. I'm on the tour for the next season.
Yeah, we have a whole podcast to tour.
Okay. You know, you need me on this tour. You need me on this tour. Like,
I need consistency on the tour, my guy. Yeah,
you need me on this tour. Like the Brunch Hour Pod is called Brunch Fellas Needs Me, because I'm the flavor. Okay, so I'm gonna have my people call your people, and we're gonna set that up. You know, right now it look like we are the people. So yeah, we're gonna make that happen. You know, at least a date or two, something. God damn it! But listen, let everybody know where they can find you, what you got going on, what's happening, what's going on.
I mean, right now we on tour. We just got back from Charlotte. I got stuck out there for 2 days beyond what I was supposed to be out there. Shit. I don't know the next tour date that we have, because now it starts to get murky because everybody has families. We got kids going back to school and blah, 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 that whole thing. But I know that we do have 2 more stops. So, you know, I'll keep you posted on that. Karynelle is a real one. I had to, you know, like, she can't talk about herself in the light that we can talk about her. So I'm going to talk about her. Like, one of the hardest working women, you know, or podcasters. I don't even say woman. Like, she's a machine, you know, out there. I remember meeting Karen. I was sitting in the airport, and I came across her and was like, I'm going to listen to your podcast on this 3-hour flight. That whole thing. And then got back to her, and then she hit me back. She was like, I needed that. A word to podcasters, if you out there. Like, if you have somebody that you listen to when they're in your orbit, hit them, jump in their DMs and let them know that you like it, you dig it, you don't like it, whatever it is. I feel like there's not enough of that out there. I try to do it, you know, as much as I can, without it being ass kissing. Because if I genuinely like it, I like it. It's really that simple. Yeah, and how about that? You can find, shout outs to Ryan, shout outs to Lamb, shout outs to Shadra, right? It's the Brunch Hour crew. This season, going into next season, is going to be fire. It's going to be phenomenal the next season. And then you heard it here first. Karynelle is going to be. She's going to join us on a couple of stops and whatnot.
I'm coming on the tour. I'm going to be on the tour.
There we go.
Yes, sir.
Oh, the Airbnbs have been phenomenal, too. I'm sorry. I'm off that.
Definitely catch me on the rebound, man. Listen, I got a sports podcast is on the way, you know, as this winds down. So, you know, having conversations with real dope people. Styles.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Karynelle. Appreciate you. All right, y'all, man. Listen, y'all know what it is with me. These good people, everybody, catch me when you catch me. And I will say, just give me my money. But I feel like y'all done ran that shit to the ground anyway. So I don't want to say that shit either. But listen, y'all know what it is, man. I catch y'all.
Thanks for listening to I'll Explain All This Later. Please like and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. And join us again next time for more outlandish takes on relationships and the dating life.